in front of your picture. You can go ahead and put the first picture up. That's me.
That wasn't right. That was my fault.
She has spoken!
And I am done. No. That's me to my goal. I was the third. I had two older brothers. My mom hoped for a little girl, and that's how I got my name. So when I was born, they named me Hope. You can go ahead and go to the next picture. That's me at 3. Or Mia. I don't even know if that picture's taken, but I thought it was cute. You can go ahead and go to the next one. That is Mia at 6 years old, or as the kids say, Mia. I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit where I came from. I grew up in Arizona. My family was involved with the church. I can remember my parents being involved with the youth and us. Picnics. We would go up to this mountain. It was called South Mountain. We would do hikes with my mom and my dad would, for the youth, they would do hikes, games, volleyball, you name it. They were always involved with the youth. So at a young age, we knew about God and who He was and what He had done. And around 6 years old, we moved to California. And even though we didn't go to church as much, my father still tried to tell us about God and the Word, so we knew about it and remembered it. Add a blank. You can go ahead and go to the next picture. Sorry. That's my family. That's me crying because I was up all night and I didn't want to take a picture. My mom, which her name's Anita, she's not here today, but I talked to her and she will be thinking of me. There's my dad. His name was Ruben. My mom's Anita. There's my 2 brothers. And then you can go ahead and go to the next one. Next picture. And that's me at 13. And at 13, it's a little hard. We lost my dad around Christmas time. We loved Christmas. So 13 was really hard. Then I know this was okay to feel this way, but I was mad. I asked why us? Because he was a good guy. He's someone that, even to this day, I look up to him because he cares so much for kids. And that's something, I try and do. Sometimes it's a struggle with mine, so sometimes I won't pull my hair out. But for a long time, it was really hard because I was mad. All of us were mad. I was selfish. I was just thinking about myself, thinking, who's going to walk me down the aisle? I used to be 16. What about all these first? I felt like I knew he was there, but I was missing out on that. All those first with him, it was hard. I was mad, and for a long time, me and one of my brothers, we went through counseling, and it did help. It's still in the back of your mind. He was young. He was a good guy. He never hurt anybody. It just ate. So then I was angry. After he passed away, we moved back to Arizona, and then we lived there for a year. And after a year, struggling. And we moved here. reason why we moved here is my best friend, or so I thought, my best friend, decided to join a gang. And there's certain things about gangs that are just not good. Well, in order for her to be in that gang, I was the target. So we moved over here because my mom didn't want harm to come to one of her children. So we moved here. I think you can go to the next picture. It's just threw that in there. It's a silly one. I don't even know how old I was in there, but go ahead and go to the next one. Me and my brothers. You can't see it in the mountain, but that's actually a picnic area that I was telling you about, that South Mountain, about the picnics and everything. See, next picture. It's my dad. Go ahead and go to the next one. It's me at my 18th birthday. I'd say one of the hardest things growing up so when my mom got remarried. Because it still hurt. I was still angry. And on top of that, I was angry at her. And I know we teach our kids not to say this word. I try not to say it because, oh man, I hate it. Now, we have a weird relationship. It goes back and forth, but he's been a good guy. We've had our ups and downs, but I guess if my dad was here, it'd be the same thing. A few years after that, obviously I graduated from Centerville High School in 1999. I don't have a picture of that, but I think it was a year after school, I meet Joe. We get married in 2001. And we have, at that time, we have Tyler and Jordan. We had fun, we traveled, we moved from Illinois, which is really cold, windy. We moved to Jacksonville, Florida. Loved it. Nice and sunny all the time. Then after we lived in Jacksonville, what, 2 years? 3 years. We moved to Texas. Loved it. Wish I could be there right now, but that's okay. And we spent how many more? We were there 2 or 3. 3? Another 3 years. Then we moved back home. I can say that me and Joe have a good relationship, good marriage, but along with all that comes the downside. And I was there, I had to struggle with that, both did. And after being here for a few years, we met Brad and Jeanette, who I believe were planted into our life. First through our sons, who Colton and Jordan are best friends. I think if they weren't planted in our life, I think I wouldn't be here, standing here in front of you guys today. And I'm thankful. Thank you. You can go ahead and go to the next picture. Here's my mom and me, and my great-grandma and my grandma. I want to talk about my great-grandma. She was a good Christian woman. I would love to try to love the way she loved. She didn't judge. She loved you for you, regardless of what you have done in your life. Her and my father are two people I would love to be like. Because they had a purpose. I don't know what their purposes were. I don't know if my great-grandma's was just to love and give the love regardless of what you've done. My dad's purpose was kids. He was here to change kids' life. Take them out of the gangs. Take them and just love them. Be kind to them, caring. That's what I want to be like. I know I'm not going to be exactly like that. But those are two people I look up to. I want to talk a little bit about the Emmaus walk. I don't know if I think everyone's been on one here, so I might be okay. Or not, I won't say much, but the day that Jeanette asked Joe, I was shocked for him to say, sure, yeah, let's do it. Yep. We got on that car ride home, and I asked him, I said, what was, I was surprised, I was shocked. And he goes, it's time for a change. We need a change. And if it wasn't for Jeanette and Brad just being there as friends, Jeanette would tell me, we're praying for you. We're praying for you. And asking Joe that one day, I don't know where me and Joe would be because we were having a little, but it's life. And I was angry again. Angry is a bad thing. But we're all human. You know, it's one of those things that's part of life. At my Emmaus walk at my table, I was having a hard time. Talk to Nikki about it. One of the ladies there, she had this wall, it was just a wall. Guess what? I was angry. I was mad. That anger got me again. And I was like, if she doesn't want to be here, if she can't, it was just, she don't need to be here. She needs to go. I told Nikki, she's ruining my experience. Talk to my table, they felt it as well. Come to find out, we had a lot in common. After her wall fell down, we had a lot in common. She's got a good heart. She's got a lot more anger than I do. And I always, like I said, I grew up going to church, parents teaching us, showing us, but anger got the better of me. Losing my dad. Mad. My mom getting remarried. Mad. Life in general, mad. Just things making me mad. And always feeling like I had to be the rock, the super glue of my family. Thinking there's nobody else that can help me get through my anger, the hard times, people. I just thought I had to just do it all by myself. And I learned on my walk that